Well, and one day the water has receded. Never touched camp, but better safe than sorry. How you doing, survivors? It is Saturday, March the 2nd, and we're back at camp. We've been gone for 2 days. From the generosity of a couple of friends, I was able to pack out all of my laundry and get them washed and dried. So now we have clean clothes and warm bedding. Kind of see right there. Notable mentions go to Larry and Mr. Tarbender for helping me out the last 2 days. Without them, it would have been a hassle getting all the laundry out down to a laundromat, to relying on the bus system. But yeah, I wanted to just collect myself a little bit. The water has receded. Trying to come up with some plans to maybe make a retaining wall nearby over in that direction. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is, off the levee, a huge pile of stones, and we're going to be using those stones to fill in this area, give us some solid flooring so we can keep our boots dry and clean if possible. But I'm going to be here for a couple months, and I don't want to be in the same situation. I'd prefer to move back in my main shelter. I don't want to be in a position where I'm flooded out again. So using stones and clay, I'm going to see if I can make a retaining wall. Now, I don't know if I want to make one completely around my proposed garden area. That will take a lot of work. But I'm thinking about at least the immediate area around the shelter. And not a big retaining wall, maybe only 3 feet high. The water came up about 2 feet, so I think 3 feet high should be sufficient. But I'm gonna have to clear around the back end of the shelter and build up that wall. I was thinking about doing a moat. A moat would be easier, but the feasibility, I really don't think it will work out. I think the moat would fill out. I don't think the water would go into the earth fast enough, and that's a lot of hours of digging. And I want to kind of keep this place in the same design. I don't want to go too far back in the thicket to make a retaining wall or a moat. But you can kind of see right there, there's a little hole. I cleared that out the other day, and my hope is to build a path to the river so I don't have to go through other people's camps, so I don't have to walk a quarter mile to the river and get water. So, but right now in there it is a marsh. But I wanted to take a moment. One of my favorite things that I've found in this time is the wildlife, especially the birds. There's maybe 10 or 12 different kind of birds here. And let me flip the camera for you. I'm sure you're kind of tired of looking at the scenery. We'll be right back. What's up, lone wolves? But yeah, as we were discussing, there is about 10 to 12 different types of birds that over here, mainly jays, a lot of finches, and a couple other very, very small birds. But that's the thing that I've been enjoying the most, is waking up, hearing them. You can hear them right now, if we take a moment of silence. There's some kind of woodpecker blue jays, or what we call scrub jays in Northern California. Several different types of finches, little tiny guys. And I don't know what they call them, but they're little birds, and they have little mohawks. I think it's pretty cute, but yeah, so I feed them every morning when I wake up. I have peanuts I crush up for them, and they clean it out pretty good. I mean, you can kind of see right here. They've ate all the peanut shells too, or a majority of the peanut shells. But yeah, it's been a rough week. It has been a rough week. So tomorrow's plan is Sunday. Hopefully I can get my stuff together and head out to church. And then come Monday, we've been here for 2 weeks. And the time that we've been here, we've gotten CalFresh approved. We got our taxes, which we celebrated a little bit. Went out to pizza for a couple of nights and spent money there. But the next plan is to get down to DMV and get a driver's license. And then after that, we're going to get a government phone. So, and then we're ready to work as soon as that's all done. So, but in other plans, we have to find some way to get power over here. At least a car battery, 12 volt. Something to charge my phone, something to give me some light at night when needed. Since we're not on the river, sorry about that, we're close to an airport. But yeah, we can't do hydroelectric power because we're not close enough to the river. But I'm thinking perhaps a windmill. Creating a solar panel is too much work. I don't have the electronics needed to convert power from DC to AC. They do sell these power inverters, but it's not really feasible. But we have two options. We have windmill, which we can construct, or what I'm more interested in is thermoelectric. The transfer of heat between different materials like copper and lead or steel or aluminum creates power, in which we can make a furnace or some kind of fireplace. That's another thing that we need to get to, is building our permanent fireplace. We've been doing campfires, but we want to upgrade to a clay type fireplace or clay oven. But yeah, those are the next things we need: retaining wall, fireplace, thermoelectric or wind power, car battery, and to continue working on our little fortress of ours, our little wolf den, we'll call it. You can see I got quite far on it. The water has receded, thankfully. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a small retaining wall around just the at the bottom of the stairs, about 3 or 4 feet out, and surrounding the camp up to the embankment. I'm assuming it might take me a good solid week's worth of work between carrying in stones and making clay. So, but small steps at a time. So, alright, survivors. Lone Wolf gonna sign out now. Taking a day of rest. Too much back and forth and struggling. So we're definitely resting today. I did a little bit of work, but mainly reinforcing our tent and building some more steps down. So, alright, survivors, hey, remember, in this type of situation, yes, it's desolate. Silence is your enemy, so it's good to talk to people, but keep your spirits up. be productive. Surviving does take a lot of energy, and I've spent over the course of 2 weeks over 200 hours working and managing. But there is plenty of time during the days to get myself back on my feet. So, all right, we're gonna close with a view of some of the birds. Here's the mohawk bird. Two of them here. Yeah, we'll call them mohawk birds. I'll have to look that up and see what kind of birds they are. There's various other birds. Some of them are very colorful. But they like to perch right over here on the blackberry bushes. Those are some of the materials that we salvaged from the area that we're going to use to reinforce our den. And we have some kind of flower blossoming tree over here. I want to get an app that helps me identify the wildlife here and figure out if there's anything edible. These blackberry bushes should be fruiting here pretty soon. Anyways, nostalgic today, just in a really good mood, keeping my spirits up. So, alright, until next time.